Hi, C3 kids. How are you today? It's the start of the Easter holidays. So exciting. Who is going to join us today for this chat with Joanna? Let's have a look and see who's with us today. Who is here? Oh, we've just got Rich and Sienna and Anna. Hi, guys. How are you doing? Amazing. Rich and Sienna and Anna. Hi, guys. Who is enjoying this amazing sunshine this week? Hey, so good. Amazing. Just give us a comment if you're here. Oh, hi, Willow and Brooke and the Beaumonts. Good to see you. And the Rayner family. Hi, guys. Just give us a comment if you're here. Oh, hi. So good. Bunny and Abram, great to see you today. And the Rayner family. So good. Well, it is amazing to connect with you guys today. If you have any questions for our special guest, will you just drop them in the comments and we can ask her later? So you might have heard that she's a Cbeebies presenter, Joanna, and she's going to chat with us today and read you guys a live story as well. So we're really excited to have her with us today. So pop your questions in the comment box and we will try and ask those questions to her a little bit later. But are you ready to meet her? If you're ready to meet her, I will just make a big introduction to her right now. So give us a like and lots of love hearts in the chat for the lovely Joanna. If you're ready to meet her, I will just make hello.
Hi, Josie. How you doing?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good. It's sunny outside, so that's always good. I'm happy when the sun shines.
Amazing. Yes, definitely. Love the sunshine. So it's great to have you with us. We've got some Kids Church families watching right now. So that's really exciting. And we are going to ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better. Okay, so we're going to make it quick fire rounds. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so firstly, orange juice or apple juice?
Oh, orange juice.
Orange juice, good shout. Strawberries or grapes?
Strawberries.
Strawberries. Galaxy or dairy milk?
Dairy milk.
Oh, we've got the same answers so far. Okay. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Summer. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Skittles or Starburst?
Ooh, Skittles.
Skittles. Oh, okay. I'd have got Starburst. that was our only different one.
Oh, really?
Amazing.
Okay,
Oh, well,
you can have the Starburst and I'll have the Skittles.
That sounds great. That sounds like a great idea. They're the perfect like road trip snack. I always love to eat them. Oh, we've also got another family just joined us. We've got the Flynns. Hi, guys. Hi, Andrea and Ruby and Eleanor. Great to see you with us today. And have we got the Campbells as well? Hey, Caleb, if you're watching, nice to see you. You made me a beautiful Easter card the other day. Thank you so, so much. That made my day. Okay, so guys, if you have any questions for Joanna, just pop them in the chat for me and we can ask her right now. So any questions that you have for her. And we also have Rachel, Miss Bacon from All Saints School joining us. That's awesome. Hi, Rachel. Nice to see you. Drop your comments down and we can ask Joanna some questions. But for our first one, we've obviously been in lockdown now for, is it like 3 weeks? Something like that? Yeah. What's the biggest thing that you miss?
Oh, okay. Do you know what? I'm going to turn that on its head and I am not going to think about what I miss. I'm going to think about what I'm loving, because I'm actually really loving having loads of time to spend with my family. It's so good. I'm having loads of time to play with my kids. We've been in the garden, digging up the weeds, and just having quality time together. So sometimes I think we can have a tendency to think about what we don't have and the things that we can't do anymore. But actually, I'm kind of turning my attention to think about the things that I do have and stuff that I don't usually get to do. So yeah, that's super fun.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that's brilliant. I think, yeah, even in this time, really good things can come from it, can't it? So, yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. Well, we have just entered into Easter week. Obviously, this is like a massive week of celebration for all of us as Christians. So, what is your favorite part of the Easter story?
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna plug in myself in for reach. Bear with me. Okay, my favorite part of the Easter story is okay, this is a bit of a weird one. Okay, and this is a new favorite. It's become my favorite just in the last few weeks. So basically, the bit where Judas betrays Jesus. I'll tell you why that is my favorite part. Because I think it's so incredible that even though Judas was like naughty, but he could still be used by God because that was still so important. That had to happen because Jesus knew that he had to go to the cross. He knew that he had to die. And that was part of the story. Judas, although he betrayed God, actually a part of the story. And Jesus still extended love to him. He knew, he said, go and do what you have to do because God was using Judas. So even when we fall out of doing what we're supposed to be doing and being perfect and we make mistakes, God's still using us. No, I think that's pretty cool.
That's amazing. I don't think when I've asked anyone that question before, they've given me that answer. So that's amazing.
I do have a
Yeah, so
strange way
good.
of thinking.
Okay, so we just talked a little bit about what you've seen God kind of pull out of us and use us. So you're obviously a Christian. So how long have you been a Christian for? When did you make that big decision?
So I've been a Christian, for probably, well, I actually grew up going to church. So every Sunday my mum would take us to church. But I think I made a decision for myself when I was sort of about, early 20s. So probably about 16 years I've really known Jesus for myself. Um, but I always have as well. I remember being kind of a little girl at 5, 6 years old and sitting in my bed and writing worship songs when I was really small. So I think I always did know Jesus, but didn't really make that decision till a lot later.
That's incredible. I think we've seen kids in our kids' church as well kind of write their own worship songs. And we had kids' conference in January where some kids wrote their own worship rap and all kinds of stuff was
Wow.
happening. So I think you can't underestimate also kids, the creativity they have and the love for Jesus that they have can be amazing, even at such a young age. So that's awesome. Um, so now, obviously, we're in this crisis, like globally with coronavirus. So how can our faith really help us in this time, whilst we've got really big worries, really big concerns? How can our faith help us in a health crisis?
I think by just choosing to trust God. I think that in everything, whether we see the full picture or whether we don't, or whether we understand it or whether we don't, um, ultimately we just have to make a decision to trust God and that He's in control. And I think that that is sort of my baseline for everything. When it was going well, it's going well. If it's not going well, it's not going well. But you know what? God doesn't change. And he's not moved by this. He's not like up in heaven going, oh my goodness, coronavirus? What's that? Oh my goodness, everyone's staying in their homes. I'm so shocked. Like, God's not shocked by coronavirus. He's not
Yeah.
moved. So why are we, in a way, if we trust God, if we actually truly put our trust in God, we don't need to be shaken by this because God is steady, He's stable. Um, So I think that in a situation like this, you just have to choose to trust God.
That's amazing. I love that. Yeah, totally. And so now we're talking to a couple of families right now who've been doing homeschooling. A couple of you mums have been amazing at sending us lots of fun resources and lots of things to do. I know that Joanna has also been homeschooling her kids and things like that. So drop me a message in the comments, guys, if you've had some really fun homeschooling like activities that you've done, or your favorite part of what you've learned at home. And then we will also ask Joanna your question. I see from Andrea has written a question, so we'll ask Joanna that in a second. And I just see Sophia's just joined us. So hi, Sophia. Great to have you with us as well. Lovely to see you. With homeschooling and keeping motivated at home, obviously kids of like quite a big age range now are having to learn at home with their families and stuff. Have you got any encouragement for homeschooling, how to stay motivated, how to keep it fun?
Yeah, so yeah, as you said, I've been homeschooling my two children as well. And I think it's such a good opportunity to do things in a way that you don't usually get to. So to have loads of fun with your learning. So for the kids out there, like, you don't have to just sit down at a table and do your learning. You could do it outside in the garden if you've got a garden. You can get creative. One of our favorite things that we love to do is we like to do marshmallow maths. So we get loads of mini marshmallows and we use them to help us with our counting, and then you get to eat them afterwards, which is really fun. And it's just, why don't you choose something that you want to do? Like, do you want to learn to speak a different language? Because now's a great opportunity. You can find videos on YouTube, learn a new language. If maybe you wanted to learn to play the recorder, if you've got a recorder lying around that you haven't learned how to play, why don't you pick it up and play it? It's just a great time to mix up with the things that you need to know, like your spellings and your times tables, but also some things that you just want to know. So you can just go wild with researching on the internet and learn something new, learn something fun.
That's so good. Yeah, I love that. So a couple have been telling us what they've been up to. So Andrea and her girls have been junk modeling, which is fun, amazing, endless possibilities.
What have they made with their junk modeling?
What have you made, Ruby and Eleanor? We'd love to know. And Brooke has a question for you, actually. So this is little Brooke. She asks, how long have you been doing kids' stories for?
Oh, hi, Brooke. Firstly, how long have I been doing kids' stories for? Well, I do you know what? Probably ever since I can remember, because I love stories and there's always a story in something. But funnily enough, I used to be really, really scared of reading out loud when I was little. I did not like reading out loud. I thought I was really scared that I was going to get it wrong. And it wasn't until I was much older, sort of in my 20s, that I really became comfortable with them reading out loud. And then when I did that, I fell in love with telling stories, fell in love with reading stories. So I can't wait to tell you a story a bit later.
Oh, that's fantastic. Andrew's just got back to us. She said that they've made Big Ben, a rocket, a flamingo, and an owl out of junk modeling. Isn't that amazing? Love that creativity.
That is incredible. Well done. That is some super junk modeling. Quite like to see
So
that
good.
Big Ben.
Sienna has loved crafting and pattern matching, and she's been trying to match her colours, I think, as well. That's awesome. Great job, Sienna.
Great job, Sienna.
And then Andrea says, what is your favourite Cbeebies show?
Oh, my favourite Cbeebies show. Oh, that's a really, really tough question because there's so many that I love. Probably the Go Jetters, because they get to go all around the world and they get to learn really cool facts about different places, which I really like. So I really like learning.
Oh, that's amazing. So, one other thing you can comment in our chat here is if you have been to a really cool place, if you have traveled anywhere outside of England, you want to let us know where your favorite places that you've been. That would be really cool to know. And then I think maybe while we wait for those answers to come in, would you like to read us a story today, Joanna?
Yeah, I'd love to read you a story. Okay. I've got a story with me, and it's a new story. There's lots of stories that I know really, really well, and I could almost tell you without the book. But this one is quite a new story that I only heard about a week ago. So we're going to share it together. And it's called, are you ready? Ooh. You see that? The Great Monster Hunt. Okay, so let's dive into this book and find out what happens. I wonder if you've ever been on a monster hunt. You can tell me afterwards if you have. Okay, so the Great Monster Hunt. And I'll try and show you some pictures if I move this back a little bit. You can see some of the pictures. Early one morning, a funny noise woke up Duck. It sounded like psh, psh, and it came from right under the bed. Duck was not quite sure what it was, and she was much too afraid to look. Instead, she jumped out of her bed and ran for help. And there's Duck. You see Duck. Pig! Duck yelled. There's something under my bed. And it's making strange noises. It goes psh, psh, grr. Psh, psh, grr, said Pig. Oh my, we need someone really strong to help. Stay right where you are. And there's Pig. And he ran off to find Bear. Pig told Bear all about the frightening noise under Duck's bed. It goes psh, psh, grr, bang, bang. I wanted to tell you, Bear, because you are really strong. Bear lifted a huge log. Well, it is true. I am strong enough for almost anything, he said. But I think we better find someone loud enough to chase this thing away. See, Bear. So he ran off to find Wolf, who was about to start his early morning howling. Bear told him the dreadful news about the terrifying thing under Duck's bed. It goes psh, psh, grr, bang, bang, pam, pam. All of the time. We thought you could help us frighten it away. Oh, yes, I can, said Wolf proudly. There's no match for what I can do. Just listen. Aroo! But maybe we also need someone very clever to help. Have a look at Wolf. Woo! So they ran off to find Owl. Listen, Wolf said. There's a dreadful, terrible sound coming from Duck's bed. It goes psh, psh, grr, bang, bang, pam, pam, growl. Owl was lost for words. We thought you might know what it was, Pig said, because you are so clever. Owl said, clever? Yes, that's what I am. So I can tell you one thing. Duck is in great danger. Pig, Bear and Wolf huddled close together. Are you sure? They asked. Oh, yes, Owl said. Can you imagine anything kind and cuddly making such a monstrous noise? It must be a monster. Oh, What are we going to do? The only way to deal with a monster, said Owl, is to trap it. Clever Owl. So the animals set about gathering ropes and nets and useful pokey things, and then the four of them bravely set off towards Duck's house. And off they go. Look at them on their journey. Owl led the way, because trapping a monster was his clever idea. Next came Wolf, howling. Then came Bear with his monster-busting stick. And last was Pig, clutching his great monster-catcher net. Finally, they arrived at Duck's house. They flattened their ears against the door. Do you want to see? But no monstrous sound was heard. No screaming or crying or calling for help. Maybe we're too late, whispered Bear. Oh no, cried Pig in despair. Duck, are you there? Called Wolf. It was Duck. You're here, she said. Duck, you are in great danger, said Bear. There's a monster under your bed, Pig cried. Duck looked fit to faint. A monster? She whimpered. Well, how do you know? Because it goes psh, psh, grr, bang, bang, pam, pam, growl, and woo-wee, Owl added. Come on, let's get in. And the animals charged into Duck's house. Up the stairs they crept. Then they heard the sound. Psh, psh, it went. It came right from underneath Duck's bed. Owl flashed his torch. The animals gasped. They could not believe what they saw. Let's see, I wonder what they're going to see. I wonder what it's going to be. Maybe it's a great big monster. And there, right under Duck's bed, was a tiny mouse, softly snoring in its bed. Psh, psh. Well, I never, Duck whispered. Do you know what we've done? Owl smiled, all feeling rather silly. The animals looked at each other and giggled. We've just made a monster out of a mouse. The end. You can see the little mouse sleeping in his bed. There he is. That's the end of our story. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Oh, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Joanna. I love that end part as well. Don't make a monster out of a mouse. Very good. I like that. We had a couple of comments along the way. So Brooke loved the pig. She said he was really cute.
Oh, he is cute, isn't he? Who's your favourite? Who's your favourite character in that story?
And then Sienna also said the wolves can't come into her house. So that's good.
No. We wouldn't let wolves in. Not on a Tuesday. No.
Oh, and the families just loved that. They're saying, thank you so much. What amazing anticipation at the end.
What did you think it was going to be? Did anyone have any ideas? What did they think that was going to be underneath the bed? Did you think it was going to be a big monster?
I think I did.
Did you, Josie? Do you think it was going to be? When I first read it, I thought it was going to be a huge monster because it was going bang, bang, pam, pam, growl, and making all these noises. But really, that's not what Duck said. He only said it was going psh, psh. But everybody, as they heard it. It's a bit like Chinese whispers, really. Every single person that heard the story added it on. They added their own part to make it seem like it was more than it really was. So sometimes we have to be careful about doing that we don't hear something and then make it a little bit worse, and then tell it to someone else, and then they make it worse. Before you know it, there's a big monster that's really scary, but it's not real. It's not really there. It was only something very small.
That's so good. What a great lesson for us all to learn today as well. And then Sienna said her favourite was the mouse sleeping under the bed. Brooke's favourite is definitely the little pig. Ruby's favourite was the mouse. And she says, Daddy snores like a monster.
Yeah, lots of dads snore like monsters. That's okay.
Bonnie thought it was another goose under the bed.
Oh.
That wouldn't have been good, would it? And then Eleanor liked the owl. She loves owls. Amazing. And Leslie, people are just asking who wrote that book. Could you just show us the front picture again?
Yeah. Here we go.
Amazing. That was such a good story. Thank you so much. Well, we are just coming towards the end of our time together today, but it's been amazing to have some of your Kids Church families with us today to see you. We hope that you have an amazing Easter this week. And if you want to join us for any more of our Easter activities, get in touch. We've got some things every day for you this week. So make sure you check out our social media and also comment as well, direct message us if you have any questions or any requests of things that you would like us to do with you and your families too. That would be awesome. Joanna, do you have any last encouragement or anything you want to share with our families today?
Well, I just want to say to everybody, have the most amazing Easter week. It's such a great opportunity, as I said, even though we're at home, but we're at home and we're all together. So let's make the most of that. And if there's family that you can't see and that you're not with, you know what? Make them a card and just hold it up. Or maybe you could write your own story and read it for your grandparents or for aunties and uncles or people that you can't see this week. But make sure you have loads and loads of fun together. Just make the most of it and enjoy. And thank you for listening to the lovely story.
Oh, super. Well, thank you so much for coming to be with us today. We have loved getting to know you better. So thank you so much, Joanna. And a big shout out to all our Kids Church families and C3 Kids families. We love you. We miss seeing your faces, but it is so great to have you with us today and chat with you today. So take care. Have an amazing Easter, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.